Here we are back with part 7 of the Family Christmas Tree by Lego. This is set number 41843. Contains 3,171 pieces. Retails for $329.99. The set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, so we'll be doing a little bit more of the Family Christmas Tree today. And remember in the last installment, we did do this piece here, which covers bags, I'm trying to think, I think 10 through 13. And that builds just this section here, which does open up to reveal. And I looked at the website. We have a kitchen, which looks more like a bakery, and a canteen. So I read up on this set. This is more like a little elves workshop tree thing than anything else, so that's good. And yeah, not too bad at all. And so far I'm pretty pleased with the set. We already built a few minifigures, and we still got a long ways to go on the stickers. We really haven't been hitting this all that much. We only have 9 bags left, so I'm probably hoping maybe 4 to 5 more installments. So today we're going to be focusing on this section here. We're at a 9.5. I'm still pretty pleased with the set. We've had maybe 1 or 2 pieces flake off, not too terribly bad in the sticker, so it's not like it's going to fail. So in this installment today, we're going to be focusing on this hole right here. So something's going to plug in here. So there's actually 4 rooms of this whole tree. Not too bad at all. Okay, let's begin with bag 14. And before we begin, because I know someone's going to ask, I sound whiny, I sound cranky. No, my allergies are really hitting hard today. And why do I have to tell everybody that? You can probably figure out why. But yeah, I want to get back into this one, but it's been like a day later. I had to skip a day, unfortunately. Bunch of stuff going on, and yeah, just life gets in the way. I can't, you know, work on this stuff 24/7. So that having been said, I just can't do it all, you know. And I had a very rude comment this morning. You know, it's sure funny. These other YouTubers can get this stuff done. Why can't you? It was constructed, so I couldn't delete it. And I just kindly schooled them. I said, hey, listen, I have a full-time job. I have a life off of YouTube. I cannot be standing by YouTube 24/7 to do Lego videos. And so unfortunately, I actually, you know, have a life. So you just take what you get. Did I hear anything back? No, because they answered like right before I did this video. Like, seriously. Yeah, I get those all the time. And it looks like we're doing ourselves some kind of an elf here. Now, these videos are not to be construed and considered as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes. So I may not be able to cover every angle of the build, but I try my best. So I have to read all that off. Unfortunately, I don't get it. This is not like what it was like 10 years ago, where we can get away with it. I got plenty of elf minifigures. Oh, he just has a single-sided head. It feels like I'm way up here, and this is where I work at, so I may have to zoom out a little bit. So I'm hoping my allergies will clear up here. Yeah, this is a set that I really want to get back into. So I had, let's get this done. Let me get the elf done first before I really get into, oh, the elf is going to take some time. We got a bunch of stuff on this guy here. You know what that reminds me of? What was that kid from the Goonies? What they used to call him, Data? Where he would have all those contraptions attached to him if you watch the Goonies? Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, I've just been, I had to work kind of like a partial day on Friday. And today is Saturday, I don't even remember what day it is today. The 11th, October 11th, 2025. And so that adds one more day to vacations for the end of the year. I got to thinking maybe I should do my evaluations on Fridays, and then that will be that. That means if I do that, I could probably get 2 or 3 more weeks off in the long run. So I'm thinking of doing just that. And we'll take a better look at him. So he's got a one-sided head. It's obviously not Herbie from Rudolph, if anyone knows who Herbie is. But I had to do an evaluation. It was only supposed to be about an hour, hour and a half. It took longer than expected. And then I had an unexpected company come to the house, which I was not too happy with. And yeah, I was like, seriously, you know, so I didn't even get a chance to film this yesterday. But I did manage, though, to film a tutorial. It's a vehicle tutorial. It'll be on my memberships eventually. But I finally got to doing that one. And the trailer, there's a story behind that one. So far, I've managed to... the trailer, I'm trying to think. I was looking for parts. I had a set that had all the parts I needed and the parts I needed to finish another trailer and a car. So yeah, I managed to get 3 tutorials done for the price of one. Well, not 3 of them done. I just got one, but I got the parts to finish the other ones up. I just got to plan out some other details. Oh yeah, and in addition to the rude comments, I guess somebody took offense of my hairy arms, and Lily was just kind of cussing me out over it on my main channel on a 12-year-old video tutorial. I didn't even think about it. I just blocked this guy, and before anybody says, oh, you know how kids are, because one of my friends is like, you know, it's probably just some kid. It was a guy in his early 20s. I swear, I don't know what it is. I've been blocking more people in their 20s than anything. Like, taking this Lego stuff seriously. I've just been blocking people left and right lately. Very hot-headed. It's like, really, dude? And it dawned on me, though. You know what's close? Christmas. Usually Christmas time, I'll get a bunch of negative comments. So usually Christmas time I'll block anywhere from 50 to 60 people. It just depends. I hope I don't this year. But you know how that goes. So we got to put all the stuff on Data's hands. So we got the game controller here. Then we got a camera. There's a lot of stuff. We're still working on the minifigure, by the way. We haven't even finished yet. This thing is just packed with features. Like, you know, we got to put together a little camera that's blue. Let's see here. Yeah, so sorry if you can't see everything. That's just how it is. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how this is all supposed to go together. So this guy's got a lot of hands here in addition to his own hands. And that's what he is. That's Data from the Goonies, pretty much. With all the controls and stuff. That's what I'm going to call him. And then we have this Snowman thing. This is only 2 pieces. We haven't even got to the main build yet. I'm too busy just looking around for small little parts. So we haven't even done the main build yet. I'm looking for like a fedora or something. Yeah, so yesterday was kind of a weird day for me. There we go. See if I can get close here so you can see it better. Yeah, not too bad, huh? I feel like I got a sneeze coming on. Okay, I'm hoping we're going to get to the main part of the tree, which we are, which is this big thing here. So I'm just going to cover bags 14 and 15 in this installment today. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. And yeah, just answering rude comments, dealing with all that stuff. It's, you know, what, Jay, why do people are rude on the holidays? I remember one time I had somebody that was just right down rude to me on one of my tutorials, just literally just, they weren't cussing me out, but they were just kind of like, you know, you could do better, why do you do this? You talk too much. And I just, you know, I commented back. I was like, hey, I understand you're having a very bad Christmas time, but no need to take it out to some random person on YouTube you've just watched their video on. You know, I was just being nice about it. I said, hopefully your Christmas gets better. Never heard back from them, so I'm taking it this one person. Her Christmas was not that great, you know. I mean, this was like last year, and I just thought, last year was the first year without my dad around, and then you're complaining to me about how bad of a tutorial that I did. I wasn't in my state of mind, but, you know. So hopefully we don't get those. So, because, yeah, probably will. But, you know. Yeah, so if you're thinking about getting this set, and I've read some of the reviews on Lego's website about it, it's overpriced. Now, one person mentioned that they were missing a bag. Yeah, that would warrant a 1-star review. But some are reviewing the set, it's too expensive. Well, yeah, it's expensive. The only thing I have to complain about due to the price of this set is the stickers. And for $330, I expect printed parts. But the build itself is keeping my interest. It's not like I'm wasting my time. I want to get into this build. You know, it wasn't like that rock set where I'm like, oh goodness, I'm going to have to deal with that one. This set here, I really want to get into. So I don't feel like I'm wasting my time here. So if you do get this set, you're not wasting your time. You're getting a really good build. A really good build. Okay. But that's up to you if you want to drop the coin into this. Okay, let's leave these upside down here so they're easy to pick up. How often do we ever work with sand green? Not a lot for me anyways. Now I'm going to go ahead and do steps 9 and 10 out of this book because they're pretty much just tiling. So we'll do that and see how much I mess up here. And I already did. Whoops. Hey, at least the set comes with the brick separator. I'm very happy for that. But as far as for rude comments go, I mean, if you're going to think about getting into YouTube, you're going to have those people on here. I don't quite understand that. Why did I put a regular tile there? Not paying attention today. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, watch the video all the way through before leaving rude comments. I've been on a hiatus. I've been blocking people, so yeah. Don't ask me why. Boy, I really do sound all stuffed up today. The weather's changing. One day it's in the 80s, and next day, like today's in the 60s. Okay, so it's been kind of a... Weather's just been all over the place today. And I may as well just do step 11 while I'm here. It's just all tiles and jumper plates. You know, these are printed. I'm surprised something in here is printed. But this is a really good set. So if you're looking for a family build, here you go. Now, I'm always looking for family builds. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put that there. Let's just throw something somewhere and pray I got it in the right spot. But I mean, I'm not bored with this one. I know some people want to hear, Jay, what's your feelings about it? And honestly, one of my friends thought this was just a tree. It just was a big giant tree with no interior. No, this one has an interior, so even I would have thought that at first impression. If it was sitting behind a locked glass case at a big box store, I would never have known it was something like this. You know, at all. Would never have known. So, I'm not disappointed with this one. Boy, we're doing a lot of tiling here, aren't we? So like I said, if you're looking for something to do with the kids or the grandkids, here you go, right here. You don't even have to, I mean, it's expensive, I'm not going to lie. Do I think it's pricey? It's pricey. It's pricey with stickers. That's my only complaint about this. I know there's some people out there who think Lego does no wrong, but this one is stickered. That's probably the only thing I have a problem with is the stickers. Okay, and that's the tiles there. Some of these tiles don't line up, huh? I don't know. And now we got to do the whole thing now. We got more tiles. Hey, at least if you're looking for these parts in sand green, there's plenty of them in here to go around. Okay, well let's see here. We got this guy here. Let's start back here first. Yeah, so you could tell I sound a little tired. I slept pretty good last night. I'm just kind of worn out. Just a bunch of stuff going on around here that I didn't want to deal with. So I was like, yeah, I miss living alone sometimes. Because I've already gotten set in my ways as a bachelor, and it's not girlfriend stuff either. But I was just trying to just get a bunch of stuff done. I was going to film this yesterday, but like I said, I had a house full of people. It was non-stop yesterday. It was like a work day. So I declared it as a work day. Like, phew, okay, we're done with work. Now get out of my house so I can get back to my own stuff, you know. I'm missing another plate that goes. No, I got it here. Never mind. I was like, am I missing something? No, I'm not. No. I'm not missing anything. And that reminds me, I got to get a haircut too. I got to get that going. That's always a chore. I'm like, oh, I got to get that. I was going to do it Tuesday, but my guy was already booked up. I may have to check it out today, and if he's booked up, then so be it. After a while, it's like a chore. If I could learn how to do it myself, I would, but I don't feel like buzzing it off. All right. Step 14. We're still doing tiles. Yeah, if you some people don't like tiling. Yeah, this set's probably not for you if you don't like tiling. I do, but and yeah. Let's see here. And step 15 is more tiles. But I could start setting these up right now while I'm getting the brown ones out here. Yeah, I don't think bad about allergies. Boy, it'll stuff me up. And I'm literally stuffed up today. So yeah, at least everything's color-coded. I'm pretty pleased with this set. I just don't feel like my time has been thrown away. So like I have said, if you want something to do with the kids or grandkids, and you want a group project, this one here is set up. Right now we've already counted up there's 4 people. I think 6 comfortably could put this together, maybe 7 in a pinch. But it wasn't like that rock set that I built. This one here is fun. This is going to be like a treat. Look at that. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks like we got that done correctly. Okay, it looks like we're building some kind of a workstation here. Maybe it's a camera or something. I don't know what that is. Alright, well let's get going. Let's build it here. Even my asthma has been hardcore flaring up. I got to get a renewal on my prescription before the new health coverage thing takes effect, because everybody's jacking up their prices out here. Got to get that going. So yeah, right now I got part 1 of this set published. So you're watching this. If you're watching part 1, I'm not even, this one goes here. I'm not even done with the build yet, so you know, there's that. Like that. And we have this guy here. Could be a sewing machine too. That's exactly what this is. It's a sewing machine. Not too bad at all. And don't worry, we'll take a closer look at it here in a second. It's just right now I'm putting it together. Not too bad. I mean, this set's got it's got a little bit of everything, but I'm not disappointed with the quality of it. So there's the sewing machine. It's kind of chunky, but I mean, of course, everything in Lego is chunky. And then, of course, the sewing machine goes here. I'm really pleased with this set. It's like I said, though, it's pricey, but I'm having fun. It's cheaper than going out and doing something else. All right, looks like right now we're building some kind of a table with some gifts, so that's not bad there. Let's get going on that. And we'll do it like this here. Oh, it sits off like that, so it's hanging over. Ooh, a dark blue stud flower. Boy, this thing's already falling apart. I think that's, yeah, dark blue stud flowers. That's unusual. And we got this as a bow. Not too bad, huh? I'll have to get some more of those in different colors. That'd be perfect for a little bow. And then that goes right here in the middle of this. Which way does it go again? Does it matter? Not really, but we don't know how critical it is. And of course, you can leave it sloppy and crooked. It makes it look a little bit more better. Okay, we got another workbench. Looks like we're building some sort of workshop table. Let's get going on that one. Let's build it. That's the slogan of this channel. Let's build it. So yeah, I'm hoping this build here today goes pretty quick. So I got a couple of tutorial ideas that I want to get going on, and I'm really hoping to start on, well, they do what I do. They use this to set in the middle here. Okay, I've done that before. I think I've done it on one of my, I think a billiards table or something. There we go. I don't know about that plate there, but that's what they asked for. Yep. And feels like I already need a nap. Got a paint palette. You get that too. It's like you're using this as a paint can. Yeah, don't lift that off your workbench. You'll have paint going all over the table. This is a fun little set. Would I pay $300 for this? More and more since I've been building it, yes, I would. Especially if you have a city. I'm thinking this could be dropped in and just has like just as a seasonal object. So I think that this would be a winner here for a city build. You know, not too bad at all. And yeah. Oh, it's some kind of a race car. I forgot to put that in the table to anchor it down. My bad. Don't worry, we'll take a closer look at everything here in a bit. This just fits right in there. I mean, that's cool looking. That's a nice little accessory. Why couldn't this have been in the advent calendar? They need to make like a Santa's workshop for 24 days. I think that'd be cool for an advent calendar. And then this goes right here. Sits right in there. Plop that down. Making sure all the studs are locked in. That's not too bad at all. And despite of all the pieces, it looks like we have one of each here. This bag took some time. It was mostly the minifigure. Yeah, it's like one of each. And we have two of these. Okay, did I miss something here? Let's pull one of those out. I might be missing something here. And that's pretty much what we have remaining there for bag 14. All right, let's go back. Let's make sure we have one of these here. I put it inside the vehicle. Yeah, Lego has been known to make mistakes, so let's just make sure here. We have one on the back of the sewing machine, but this one's brown. Yeah, I think it was just an extra one because I only see just one in here, but you know what? Hey, I ain't going to complain. Why? Because I could always use extra parts because I don't see just that one that I put in there. So yeah, I mean, that's not too bad at all. Alright, here we are with bag 15, and yeah, this doesn't look like we got some leaf pieces in here. And while I'm unbagging this, I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors and channel members. I appreciate that, because you get to see all the tutorials as I get them done. Which I'm barely getting them done, by the way, because I work stuff. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and Rebrickable customers. I appreciate that. As well as everybody who takes the time to like, comment, and subscribe. That's very important too. So everything helps. Everything. And we're building some part of the walls. So I think now in this bag we're building up part of this. So it's just like we did with the that one section over there. And let's just get going. Now I'm not going to guess that these are mirrored or anything, so I'm not even going to chance that at all. At least we're using some very bright colors in here. I don't feel like this set is gloomy or dingy in any way. So I don't feel like I'm throwing away my time on this. So like I said though, and like Lego doesn't pay me to say this stuff. They just send me a set and say, here, review it and put your true thoughts in it. I'll do just that. But for something like this though, this is not bad. And I noticed this table really does have a wobble in it. I need to get these bins out from underneath here and put something to raise it up. Now, yeah, speaking of that, I was on the side of my house moving some lumber around. Not one, but two big black widows. Literally just sitting underneath this piece of wood with a bunch of egg sacs. Boy, I sprayed those boogers down and squashed them real quick. I thought, oh no, we're not having that. I've been having a big old infestation. First it was yellow jackets. Now I got black widows. You know, I mean, it's getting cold. They got to find some place to nest, but not here, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, don't nest here at all. How about that? That's like, yeah. Okay. And then this piece goes here. So remember the last one we were attaching our leaf pieces, or no, this was the hinge door to this. So we've got another hinge door here. And it just sits like that. Now we got to make another one for this side. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, but I enjoy sharing my ideas and thoughts with you guys and gals. You know, I had somebody comment and said, hey, I heard you're going to start getting rid of video tutorials. You're going to make them members only. And I replied back and I said, hey, you know, I'm just talking about it. I haven't done it, as you can tell. I said, right now memberships are just early releases. I said, but I will be doing a series. When I start doing the build of the restaurant, there will be update videos, but those update videos will be strictly members only. To get people in there, that's how we're going to do it. So it's like, dude, if you're interested, yeah, I'll have those in there. I haven't done anything yet. This is the last big set that I have, and I really want to get into the restaurant before I do. I haven't heard anything from Lego yet in terms of sets, so I don't even think I'm getting any more sets towards the end of the year. With the reviews and stuff, it's hard to say. Then there's the tariffs. Even though if they're sending this stuff to me with a $0 balance, they still got to get a tariff fee. I'm thinking, Lego, you're sending this to me for review. I consider it as a sample. It would be excluded from the tariffs. Alright. Okay, looks like this one's ready to go. Right here. Like that. Alright. And then we got to secure all these together with... Now see how easy this is to break apart? Like right there? That's why you put these tiles in here. And then you can't pull it apart. It's interlocked together. That's why they do that. And plus also they did that because they know I like dark green tiles and I'll take them. Okay, we got 4 leaf pieces, a couple 1x6 plates. Let's start separating things because I'm trying to get to this last tile here. Alright, looks like we're doing the top bracket like we did in the last one here, so let's get going on that. And you notice they're still carrying on the color on these. Like I said, this is really a high-end set. I just wish, if this thing did not have stickers at all, none whatsoever, this would have been pretty much a near perfect. It still is, but it's like, yeah. Some say, well, why do you complain about the stickers? Well, I mean, who really wants to put stickers on their parts? I want to build, not stick. If I want to stick, I'd get into scrapbooking. But I'm not, you know, I want to physically touch a product without having to put stickers on it. Stickers just is kind of like a cheap way. I understand why Lego does some things, like stuff with language on it, like it depends on the country. Yeah, that would be cheaper than printing out tons of bricks. But some of these graphics, you know, I'll show you here. A lot of these just have pictures on them. Like that, I understand. Some of this stuff could have just been printed and it would have been cool to have. So I've been lightening up on stickers. Before I would get a set with stickers, and I would just flat out, okay, well, we've got to take off 2 or 3 points just for that. Now I've lightened up since then. Some of you have kind of shown me why. Okay, it looks like we're doing the support things. Yeah, so my goal is today, I'd like to get on this tutorial here that I'm working on. Or at least start doing, instead of it just being in my mind, I want to be able to share it with you. So in order to share it with you, I got to get it out of my mind first, out of my imagination. So I got to do a prototype on Studio, then I got to come in and see if I can actually get it to work. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. So maybe, just maybe. And then last time I forgot to put these on here, but this time, you know what I'm going to do? Since the other step usually requires these, both of them do, I'm going to stick all these on here now. Kind of cheat a little bit, kind of get away with it. Why? Because I get lazy and I don't have to do it later on. See, they're snotting this thing up here. Alright. Yeah, one of my friends, we were on call and I was reading some of the rude comments that I got, and he goes, "Man, what's with people?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "It's almost Christmas time. People are depressed, so they've got to take it out on somebody they don't know." And I was like, "Yeah." I said, if you want to get into the YouTube hardcore, yeah, you're going to have to deal with that. I said, it's part of the package deal. I said, just do what I do. Don't respond. Just block and move on. You know, you don't have time. And I think that's it for this little doodad. Okay, this one goes back on this here. Make sure I'm holding it right so this part sticks out. Okay, it goes like, okay, it snaps in here like that. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I did it. It's in there. It's not going anywhere. That takes care of that one. Alright, now we're doing the other arm here, or the other support. Yeah, but I enjoy putting this. I see, putting Lego sets together, I'd rather do my own stuff, but I'm not looking at a computer, which I'm thankful for. I mean, I guess I got two screens here running right now that I have to look at, but it's related to the build. So for me, it's not a big deal, because my main focus is on a physical product. It's not like I'm just like, oh, I'm going to have to sit here and watch a movie. And then that goes there. Got a lot of pearl gold in this one, huh? See, we already needed these, so I already have them prepared. Just like those cooking shows, we already have one under the counter that's magically done. Being warmed up by a little heat lamp or something, so we can taste it. Go, this is the best homemade goods. You know, if it was made probably 3 weeks ago. See, now that won't come apart. All right. Yeah, kind of getting a little bit parched here. I'm going to take a breather after I get done with this, and because I try to do 2 sessions every day, because I gotta. Right now I got a bunch of sets that I still have sets and totes, like the alternative builds. Some of you have been asking about alternative builds. Yeah, I'm getting to those eventually. It's just I got to get through a lot of stuff, and it's just like this one. It snaps in here like that. It should look like this. Okay. Okay, not too bad at all. We are ready to go. And then now we got to get this acquainted with the base here, with this facing down and the tiles facing inwards. Let's bring that out for you. Okay, and then of course the stuff doesn't like to line up. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, these snap in these hooks. Alright, let's do that on a flat surface. I don't want to break something here. You're going to have to wiggle and jiggle. So if it doesn't go in, just wiggle and jiggle until it does. And then check it out. It should be like that. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. No, we're not done yet. We got to do leafy parts. Okay, well, let's do that. Now I'm going to go and do steps 80 and 81 right now. Before I put these on here, let's just build them both right now. Okay, so just going to start sticking stuff in there. Yes, my big ugly Smurfing hands are in the way, but you know, my hairy arms, whatever, but I have to do it like this. Sometimes when these people leave hate comments, they don't understand that they become the butt end of a joke. You know, it's like, really? So we have a little fun with them. You gotta have fun on YouTube. Try to make me their hobby. Okay, I'll have fun with that then. Never figured using these star pieces for these hair ribbons like that. Good little decoration device to attach things. Not bad at all. This is really good. I'm hoping to have this one done in a few days. Hopefully if I don't get interrupted, of course. And then I can start doing the review. The review on this set's going to be really brutal. It's going to be a complete 360 spin close-up. We're even going to do a tour of the minifigures. There's also a sleigh and accessories. The review alone will probably take about 20 minutes to do. Probably filming probably about 30 to 40. That kind of thing. I'm going to slide those off. I'm going to focus on just 80. Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff to do here, folks. A lot of stuff to do. These go on the bottom bar, and then these go on the top bar. Now, we're not done with this one yet. Alright, and that is it. Before we get to bag 16, but we're not going to do that right now. I didn't even put any stickers on that. Yeah, that's it. Summation of Thoughts, and honestly, it's still keeping my interest pretty good, so let's put data in there, because I need to, let's just fix him down. No, I guess he doesn't want to fix down. Like I have said, though, this is a really interesting build. I'm not bored with it. The only thing is the stickers. But what I'm going to do is just set those there. The reason being is I'm going to do a thumbnail on this. And I need to figure out why is this thing so lopsided. It's something to do with these plastic containers underneath, so I'm hoping, you know, especially when I was doing a tutorial, it was just, you know, I'm trying to get this more secured. But I'm pretty pleased with the set so far. It's really just keeping my interest. I cannot wait till we get into the really fun stuff here. But we're still working on this. We're not even close to finishing yet. But we're over halfway. We're over halfway done. And I'm pretty pleased with the set. I mean, this is a good little family build. So right now I'd say I'm going to say we're working on the 5th person right now. So not too bad at all, but tell me what you think.